What's up, everyone? This is ElDestroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. Last time, we spent the last couple of days preparing to infiltrate the palace. We made sure that we at least had connections to people who could potentially help us out in terms of the infiltration. And we became acquainted with the shopkeepers at Takemi's medical clinic, so we could buy medicine, as well as Airsoft, which is a model gun store which sells very realistic models of guns and armor. In this episode, our preparations are nearly complete. However, Morgana has a little bit more for us to do. So what we're going to do is follow his advice and, clean up the desk.
Right.
Been meaning to do this for a while now. Let's go ahead and clean it up.
Okay.
Hooray! So now we can actually use this desk for its intended purpose, which is to create the infiltration tools that we got access to when we started Morgana's Confidant.
Well then.
So, by heading on over to our desk, we can make various tools that we can use in palaces. And these are extremely helpful, or at least some of them can be extremely helpful. Other times they can just be kind of meh, but still. Now, how you get the materials for these is simply through defeating enemies, as well as a few shops around Tokyo. Certain enemies will have a drop that they can, drop upon being killed. So that plant bomb that we got from that mandrake, that can be used for crafting infiltration tools. And every time we do this, it does take up time, but by doing so, we do increase our proficiency skill. As our proficiency gets to higher ranks, we'll be able to make more tools within the same time period. Think of it like fishing in Persona 4, where the higher your diligence, the more times you could send out your rod to fish in fish. It works in exactly the same way. So we can make 2 tools at rank 1 proficiency, 3 tools at rank 2, and so on and so forth. So, as of right now, these are the different types of tools that we can create. So, in use in battle, we can create a Vanish Ball, which will guarantee escape from any non-essential battle. So anything that isn't a boss fight or an important fight, we can use this and immediately get away. The Spotlight raises the chances of being targeted. So when you're in battle, if you need to get the attention off of a certain party member and onto like a more tank or someone who can really, who can take hits, then this can be helpful. The Element Scent is actually quite interesting because it gets us 4 items: the Molotov Cocktail, the Freeze Spray, the Stun Gun, and the Air Cannon. These are essentially low-level damage dealers. So the Molotov Cocktail deals 50 damage of fire-type element. Element damage, whatever. Freeze Spray is for ice, Stun Gun's electricity, and Air Cannon is wind. For the palace, we can create a lockpick, which will allow us to open a locked chest. These function exactly like chest keys did in Persona 4. However, you can only create lockpicks. You cannot find them anywhere. So these are exceedingly important, and you are going to want to make a lot of lockpicks. We can also make Stethanals, which will automatically lower a palace's security level. So if you're having trouble getting the security level down, then you can use this to lower that level, and then you won't have as many enemies to deal with. It's not really all that helpful if you're being stealthy, but it can be if you're not really that good in that regard of the game. And finally, we have a few urgent items. So, a go home is exactly how it was in Persona 4. It allows us to head back to the entrance to any given palace. So, if you need to get the hell out of Dodge, this is the thing to use. And then finally, there is the smoke screen, which will make you undetectable for enemies for a short period of time. So if you're surrounded by a ton of enemies and you just need to get away, this can be a good way to lose track of them. However, we need to... Oh wait, not go home. That is not the right thing. We need to make a lockpick for our purposes.
Now then.
So we'll go ahead and make it. Oh, did I look out?
What are your thoughts?
Hell yeah! Okay, I wasn't actually expecting to get this. So, occasionally, as you are making a tool, if Morgana has that text box and it says, not bad, you will create a second copy of that item. Plus, if you manage to do that, rather than getting 2 points in proficiency, you will get 3 points in proficiency. It happens at random, but my god is it good when it does happen. I was not expecting to get this soon! Ooh.
Hey!
Yeah. Hell yeah! So yeah, you saw that we got 3 points in proficiency. Normally, like I said, you would only get 2 if you don't get that bonus occurring. Holy crap, we lucked out!
Alright.
Awesome!
Okay.
Hey!
Morning. We'll see. Everything's set.
Okay.
And now we finally can do whatever the hell we want! It only took 11 episodes. So yes, now we finally have free reign to spend our days however the heck we want. But we need to make sure that if we have a deadline, we need to make sure that we steal the treasure before that deadline. If you don't, then it's game over. So rather than waiting for like consecutive days of rain or anything like that from Persona 4, there is a set time frame, and the game will constantly remind you how many days you have left. So make sure that you are prepared before heading into a palace, whether that's through developing confidants or getting supplies.
Okay, let's go.
And this is something very special because we're playing this on the PlayStation 3 or 4. I'm specifically using the PS3 version, but it works the exact same way. So we can actually see how other people spend their day at any given time if we connect online. So whenever we're just out and about in Tokyo, we can hit the select button and we'll be able to see what other people did. So, we go ahead and hit that. We can see that most people went into the palace because, you know, the game kind of expects you to do that. Some people went on over to the library to develop their knowledge. Some people got a job, which we'll get into that in due time. And some people also spent time with Takemi, who is the doctor. So we can just go around to talk to people, find out a little bit more information. We can also see what sort of texts our friends have sent us. Oftentimes it'll be like, hey, I'm available today. Or if it's specifically your party members, they'll ask to head on into the palace. It's not really important that you respond to all of those, but it is there to let you know like what type of things that you have available for that day. I actually kind of want to try something real quick. Ear splitting. Okay, so that is something that is going to be done at another time. So yes, like I mentioned, we can go around and do whatever the heck we want. Oh, hey, it's Ryuji. Yeah, very occasionally you will see like your own party members in the loading screens. But there are a few, that is not the right button. There are a few things that we can go to in order to prepare. I'm going to head on into the courtyard first, because there's actually quite a lot that we can do. For instance, we can get sodas. So various different sodas machines will exist throughout the game, and they will have various different types of sodas. There is a trophy that requires you to buy every type of soda in the game. You can't really get that until around October, and I've already got that. Just as a general note, I probably won't be mentioning trophies too often, but a lot of what I do kind of revolves around having enough time in order to be able to get those. So whatever those may be, I'll at least try to show off as many of these types of activities, anything that could involve trophies. I'll try to do as much as I can on that, but do note that they exist. We won't see it because I've played this game twice before, so yeah. But the reason why I came to the vending machine wasn't just to go over that, but it's also to grab these SP recovery items. This is part of the reason why I saved up my money, because SP recovery is going to be very important. Just like in Persona 4, where I spent a lot of time buying tap sodas and was stocking up on that every single week of the game, I will very often head on over to various soda machines in order to buy more soda, specifically those that recover SP. Now, you saw that even among the same area, different vending machines will have various different sodas. So there are quite a number of different soda machines that are around not only school, but also around town. And when we head on into the world map, we can see just where exactly we can go using the rail system. And we can also see where exactly our confidants are and whether or not they're available that day. So, we can see by hitting the square button that no one is really available today in school or in Shibuya. But we can head on over to Yongen-Jaya and talk to that doctor. So, that is something that we could potentially do. Where I'm going to head on, though, is Shibuya. Specifically, Central Street. There is a lot of places that we can head on into with Shibuya. And what's interesting is that there aren't really a whole lot of things that are here. But as you continue to explore around an area, you will open up more fast travel points. So it does work to your advantage to explore around a little bit. Just so that way you can get those fast travel locations. And now I can actually go over what is available in Shibuya. This is going to be one big explanation video on, like, what sort of things that we can do. But it will help out by also opening up fast travel points. So right here, we have a bookstore.
Please, take your time.
So we can buy various books that can help us in any given way. So, for example, these books will increase our stats if we go and read them. This one increases proficiency, this one increases kindness, and that one increases charm. How books work is that there are a certain amount of times that you need to read a book in order to complete it. Once you complete the book, that is when you get your stat boosts. It's not like in Persona 4 in which you just, It's not like that you can choose how fast you want to read and how many times you get the bonuses. You get the bonuses at the end. This works exactly how it does in Persona 4 Golden. So if you played Golden as opposed to the original Persona 4, then you would be a lot more familiar with how that works. Right over here, we have the store Scarlet,
Hey!
which is a DVD rental shop. Yes, Blockbuster still exists in this universe. So we can't actually head on into it now, but once we get a TV, we can head on here and rent DVDs in order to watch in our room. And they kind of function similarly to books. The only difference is that they are on a rental system. So if you hold on to them past the rental date and then try to return them, then you will be hit with late fees. Generally speaking, you are probably never going to use that rental service. It is something that you can do, but like there's no trophies associated with it. They function pretty similarly to books. There's really not much of a reason to go there. A few more vending machines here. Nothing that we really need to get. Right here, though, we have a diner.
Hey!
We don't have access to it right now, but basically what this diner will do is that we can go here to increase some of our stats. So we can head on there just in general to increase our knowledge and study, but we can also buy food there, and depending on what we order, we'll be able to get a boost to another one of our social stats. There's even a bonus if you come in here on a rainy day. So that will be something to keep in mind. Right here we have a beef bowl shop. Which this is something for a future job. So that'll be important a little bit later. We're not going to get into jobs at the moment, but do know that it is useful for that purpose. Right over here we have Untouchable, which I'm just going to head into it now so I can unlock that fast travel location. And we can continue our tour of Shibuya. Okay, so over down this way, we have a gym. This is probably something else that is very easily avoidable. I didn't even know that this really had much of a purpose the first time I played Persona 5. But that is a way to go to increase your abilities, not necessarily your stats. Right here we have Big Bang Burger. Okay, so Big Bang Burger will be helpful for something else in the future, but as for right now, this gives me a chance to go over seasonal items. So, throughout various parts of the game, you will encounter items that can only be available on a certain day or within a certain season. So, this Earth Burger is only available in the spring, but if you buy it, it recovers 40 HP. And it's actually a pretty decent deal when you look at some of these other ones. Especially since it restores 40 HP to all allies. So that's double what the Big Bang Burger does, but it is a little bit cheaper than just getting 2 of these. Other than that, this just kind of works like a normal shop. So in case you want to buy HP recovery items, you can. There is a reason why you could head back to, selecting that option. In the near future, we will be able to take on basically the Big Bang Burger Challenge. So, basically think of it as this game's version of the Mega Beef Bowl Challenge. That's about all that you need to know. Right here we have the arcade. The arcade here doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Ryuji is sometimes here whenever, he's on his day off. But what's also convenient is that this also has some SP recovery items. So I'll grab those while we're here and then head back out into Shibuya. Okay, so going onward, we have 777, the convenience store.
Welcome.
Now, this is another place that we can potentially work, similar to that beef bowl shop. But it also just works as a place to shop, so in case we wanted to buy some HP recovery items, we can. Moving onward, we have another store, a drugstore.
What would you like?
So, this also allows us to buy any sort of HP recovery or else otherwise healing items. So, adhesive bandage, which restores 20 HP. Some of these which can only be used in battle and can heal pretty well, but also have consequences to them. Ooh, 100 HP, but lowers attack. So, yeah. So some of these can be helpful for certain circumstances. I think Takami's is generally better because they are a lot more multi-purpose. But it is here just in case you had something in mind or didn't want to use one of the more valuable multi-purpose items. Right over here we have Roshinant?
Take your time.
Whatever. This is basically a discount store. You can buy protein, but it recovers a percentage of your health, and we can also get some plant nutrients. It's very basic stuff. You don't want to get this one. There will be better plant nutrients that you can get. And then finally, at the end here is the movie theater.
Hey, think harder about this.
Shut up, Morgana. So yes, we won't actually be able to use this until after we steal Kamoshida's heart. But basically, movies, they kind of function like they did in Persona 3, in which you go there, you pay a price for admission, and then you get a decent boost to one of your stats. Occasionally, one of your friends will ask you to hang out with them at the movie theater, so you can also gain confidant points through that method as well. Next on the agenda is the Underground Mall. There is a lot more that you can do in terms of shopping rather than just be on the main street, and that is here in the Underground Mall.
Welcome.
So a lot of the items here are mostly gift items. So actually this recovery oil is pretty good, but damn is it expensive. So gifts are a returning feature from Persona 3. So you can buy a certain item, and then when you hang out with a female confidant, so say that we hang out with Ann, then at the end of just a hanging out session, I suppose, whenever you're not actually ranking up with a person, you can give them a gift, and if they like the gift, then you will be able to get more confidant points. Like I said, it functions exactly as how gifts did in Persona 3. Looking over here, we have an accessory shop.
Take your time.
So, these will do... I think these grants resistances to any specific element? Not sure, I never go to 37 degrees. So, yeah, if you needed accessories, that's there for you. We have another flower shop here.
What would you like?
So we can actually buy certain crafting materials if we wanted to make some infiltration tools. There's another gift here, as well as bionutrients. These will be your default plant feeding item, basically. There is a reason why you would need this. We don't need it now, but these are a lot better than those cheap stuff that we saw previously in Shibuya. So do note that, and if you need plant food, that's the place that you go to first. Next we have a jewelry
Have you
store.
made your decision?
Which, oh boy, is this some expensive stuff. So, Null's Hunger, Sleep, Rage, or Despair. Pretty expensive, not really helpful, all things considered. There are better accessories, but hey, if you want to be immune to certain status ailments, which can be helpful in certain fights, then that's there.
What would you like?
We have more gifts that are here. So again, in case we needed something for a date. Over here we have a music store.
What would you like?
Which again, different types of gifts. And then down here, we have a supermarket.
What would you like?
Which again, has a bunch of different types of gifts. Again, we don't need any of these for the time being, but this is just basically to show off what is here. Okay, with that, I think that's everything that's important in Shibuya. We don't need to head on to Yongen-Jaya yet, at any rate. Instead, we are going to head on over to the library. Why are we here in the library? Well... the library is another place that you can go to get books. And if there is a desk available, then you can either study to increase your knowledge or read to get further in a book. So there are various different places to study, like the diner that I mentioned previously, and there are different benefits to studying in different places. Yeah. Yep, that's me. Yeah, no kidding. So, basically studying here will basically kind of get you glares from different students. If you can manage to ignore them, then you might be able to get some additional benefit. There's also a person here.
What is it?
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so the main reason why we want to head on into the library is to borrow a book. So these books are completely free, but you can only carry one of them at a time. And we will get more books as time goes on. Now, what I find very interesting about Persona 5 is that it goes into a little bit more detail on the initial personas. So, we have books based on Arsene, Captain Kidd, Zoro, and Carmen. So we'll get a little bit of tidbits based on the actual real-life inspiration of the personas in the game itself. Does that mean I'm not going to do my world-famous history lessons? Hell no! This isn't a Persona game done by Destroyer229 without history lessons. So don't worry, we're still doing those. But I do like that the game actually tries to explain at least the initial personas a little bit more than it did in previous games. So why exactly are we here? Well, just like the books that we saw in the bookstore, each of these, once read, will give us a boost to one of our stats. So by reading the book on Arsene, we gain knowledge, Captain Kidd gets us guts, Zoro gets us kindness, and Carmen gets us charm. What we're going to be renting out first is the book on Captain Kidd. I'm going to say this right now. We are going to want to focus very strongly into guts. I don't know what it is with Persona games, but every single one has us starting with guts or courage or whatever the equivalent is very early on in the game. I am not kidding. We want to try to get guts up as fast as possible. Okay. So, what we want to do now... let's see. We need to... Oh. What we want to do next is to head on into the underground walkway at Shibuya Station. Probably could have done this while I was in Shibuya before, but hey, I was explaining things and wasn't looking at what I actually needed to do. So, what are we doing here? Well, we want to go and look at these part-time jobs.
Oh.
So, part-time jobs will take up time, but we will be able to earn money outside the palaces by doing so. Some of them do require you to be at a certain level skill with one of your social stats, but some of them can also give you some points in your social stats. So it's a little give and take. So there are currently 3 jobs available. There's the convenience store, the flower shop, and the beef bowl shop. Now, I don't believe we can do the flower or the beef bowl shop. But we can try. So yes, by doing that, we'll be able to gain kindness, but we need to be a little bit further in charm. So we need to be head turning in order to work at the flower shop. I think that's rank 2. And then there's the beef bowl shop,
Oh.
which going there will increase our proficiency. But we don't exactly have free reign at night yet. So the only one that we can actually take on right now is the convenience store. So we'll go ahead and apply to that one.
Okay.
That's right.
Oh.
If only getting jobs was that easy. Now, thankfully, it's not like it's any sort of time commitment, like you have to go to a job or else you get fired. Nah, the game's pretty lenient. So, you basically just go whenever the heck you feel like, and then you get paid for doing so. It's actually really nice. Okay, so the next thing we're doing is actually heading back down to the underground mall. Remember that plant shop that I said that would be important to get those plant nutrients? But I said not to worry about that yet? Yeah, I lied! We actually want to get one of those. So we're going to buy one of the bio-nutrients here. We only need one right now. Okay, and that will be useful soon enough. Now from here, we want to head on over to Yongen Jaya. Now, first things first, we do want to head on over this way because the soda machine here is also very cheap and also gives us more SP recovery items. These ones actually have 2 of these items, so it's actually really nice. We also have the bathhouse, which is a fast travel point, but isn't anything that, well actually, can I at least unlock it? Nah, I can't do that. Have to wait until night. Okay. So that is another place that we could potentially travel to, I believe. There's a secondhand shop.
Welcome.
So we can actually see what all is here. So there's an old TV that we can get, as well as silk yarn and a tin clasp. We are going to go ahead and purchase this TV now, so that way we have it. This is super important to have, so we are just going to purchase that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that would work out perfectly. So yay, we'll have a TV in our room now. Let's see, there are a few other things that are here. So we can head on into the
Take your
supermarket, and once again, we have, plus 80 HP to all allies, and that's actually not that bad. I might actually get that. Actually, yeah, because that's a lot cheaper, and heck, 80 HP, that's almost like a full heal at this point. I'll go ahead and buy that. Use it in the palace. Okay, so there's not a whole lot else that we can do here. However, we can head back to Takemi Medical Clinic. And now we can fast travel here. So now we can go ahead and talk to Dr. Takemi. Oh. Yeah, I heard that you had some extra powerful medicine.
Huh?
That's me. No, I need something a little stronger. I have my reasons.
Oh. What are you trying to do?
Huh? Well, it's for studying.
Huh?
Yeah, you can never start too early.
Take care.
You don't understand. I need that medicine. If it's that expensive, maybe we can work out some deal or something. Maybe I can work for you, be your assistant or something? Yeah. Huh? Before I agree to this, what am I going to be doing? Fine. Clinical trials? What?
Did you change your mind?
Damn it, this is too good of an offer to pass up for the palace, but it's not any good if I die. Oh. Bottoms up! It definitely tastes like medicine, that's for sure. It doesn't seem too bad, though. Oh! Oh! Yeah! Oh!
Good evening. Do you remember anything from the moment you took the medicine until now?
Huh?
By the look in your eyes, I'd say you don't. You briefly woke from your coma, but you were completely dazed during the entire examination. You eventually lost consciousness and fell back asleep. Are you out of your mind? Only an idiot would have drank that.
It's for my exams. I'll do whatever it takes.
Fine. And by the way, the reason you lost consciousness was because of the taste. It produces a foul smell when it mixes with gastric juices, similar to surströmming. Oh well. All that matters is that thanks to you, I was able to get some good data. Okay, it's my turn to make good on my part of the deal. That's why I waited until you woke up.
Huh?
I don't want the general public to know about my original medicines. So you're strictly prohibited from disclosing what happens here to anyone. Understood?
Of course. My lips will be sealed.
Then it's a deal. As long as you come here for it, I'll give you the medicine at a good price whenever you want. I may even add additional selections in time. I look forward to your continued patronage.
Well, not quite sure how well this is gonna work out for us, but we've at least made a new arrangement with the Dr. Takemi.
Considering all the actions you've taken, you must have had someone with medical expertise. Who? And how did you treat your wounds? It'll be easy to find out who if we look into this, you know.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the death persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
This, we have established a new confidant with the back alley Dr. Takemi. That of the death Arcana. So, by developing our confidant with Takemi, we will be able to get various different selections as well as price discounts by heading on into her shop. So, at rank 1, we will be able to get more items than what we saw initially.
All right.
So as we continue to progress through her confidant, we'll be able to just get, like I mentioned, better items at cheaper prices. And obviously we also get the boost by making death personas.
So, when can you come back for the next clinical trial?
Huh?
Oh. You don't remember that part either?
No?
Well, I was saying that teenage test subjects are quite valuable in the medical research industry. So I'll provide you the medicine for your entrance exams, and in exchange, you'll be my guinea pig. I have to perfect this medicine. If you're able to move now, you can go home. All right. Take care.
You too, Dr. Takemi.
Bye.
And by going to Takemi for these clinical trials, we do get some points into our guts. Specifically 1. But hey, we need all the guts we can get.
All right.
Hey.
Oh, yeah? Oh. Okay, well, let's go ahead and... Well, actually, is there anything on TV at the moment? And now, politics. Alright. But we can actually head on up to our room. And we can see our TV!
Oh.
Old-fashioned TV for an old-fashioned room. Hell yeah, it was. So yes, now we have a TV in our room. So if we want to just watch TV here, we can also watch DVDs now. So that rental shop actually serves a purpose. Well, I mean, sometimes we can see what's on the TV. We can also head down to, like, downstairs in general. And we also changed out of our clothes miraculously. But we are pretty much out of time, so we're just going to call it a day here. So, next time on Let's Play Persona 5. So many interactable stuff, it's driving me crazy. We continue on our preparations before heading on into Kamoshida's palace. There's still a few things that we need to do first before we really get going, but we will head in there soon enough. Now that we've got some new medicine, we bought a recovery item, though we're still looking pretty low on cash. Still, we'll try to do a few more prep work items before heading out, and then we'll head on into the palace. So until next time, everyone, take care.